Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I've just been to World Market and I got a great holiday and Christmas themed haul to share with you. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome. Come on in, make yourselves comfortable. We're having a haul today. I don't do hauls all the time on this channel, but anytime I get something that I think that you might find interesting, I do like to share. So be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you do enjoy this video. Now today I've been to World Market. I'm pretty sure I have never done a World Market haul on this channel. And honestly, guys, I love World Market. It's one of those places that when I walk in, I like instantly lose my mind and want to spend $5 million. And that's why I try not to go very often. There's a very specific thing that I like to get there. They're these really good Swedish ginger snaps, and I'll show you them in a second, but that's the whole reason I go to World Market. And there's a lot of great stuff I can get there that I can't get in other places, and great place to buy gifts. So I thought I would share with you what I found today, just because I know we're all gift shopping right now, and you might find something that someone you know and love might also enjoy. All right, let's get right into it. Let's just talk about the ginger snaps right away. You may recognize this tub, because there's no brand on it. I mean, there is, but it's like Knackers, Pepper Core. Oh my gosh, I should cut that out. Okay, so these are from Sweden, and they have a very Swedish name. They are $20 for the tin, but when I tell you that they pack every square every square millimeter of this container with cookies, I mean, there are like 1,000 of them in here, and they are the most delicious ginger snaps. They're super thin, they're super crisp, they are so delicious. $20 a tin, so super pricey, but this is my favorite time of year because this is the only time you can get them. So I bought 1, 2, 3. I bought 3 $20 tins of ginger snaps, but we're gonna keep one and we're gonna give the other 2 as gifts to the family. They also have smaller boxes as well. Here, there's some more words on this. These don't have like any words on them. Traditionally baked in Sweden since 1952. They're so good. Here, you can kind of see what they look like on here. And the small one was $5.99, so definitely a much nicer price point. All right, next I picked up our advent calendars. They had tons of different types of advent calendars. Like whatever you're into, they had one for you. However, we just keep it simple around here. I just got regular chocolate advent calendars, and these were $2.50 a piece. I got one for each of my boys. This one has the Nutcracker on it, if you haven't noticed. I love a Nutcracker. And this one just had like, I don't know, like vintage cars and stuff on it. So yeah, $2.50 a piece. It's a solid deal, but they had like hot cocoa bomb ones. They had like non-food ones. They had a really cool one that was like all different types of tea, which I thought was cool. They had them all different types, but we went with the basic ones, and I know the boys will be very excited come December 1st. Next, you guys, I bought myself a present, and when I say that, I mean I bought myself something that I'm gonna give to my husband to wrap and then give to me. Because honestly, you know, I want the things I want. I'm not gonna tell him to go back to World Market and buy the thing if I'm already there. So I got these gloves. They're called Soothe moisturizing gloves. So they've got that gel on the inside, you know, they've got like the rubbery silicone situation coating on the inside. And I've been thinking for like weeks, like my hands are so dry. I'm a dog groomer. My hands, they take a beating. And they were $14.99, and I was like, solid deal. So I got some of those gloves for myself. He can like put them in my stocking or whatever. It's fine. I'm not weirded out by buying my own gifts and being like, hey, Gianni, this is what you got me. Like, we're fine with that. That way we all get what we want. Nobody's disappointed. It works for us. And speaking of Gianni, I bought him something so fun. I was not going in expecting to buy anything other than like small stocking stuffer type things, but I found this 12 days of noodles, and like my man loves a noodle situation, and we have quail, if you didn't know, another little tidbit. He is putting quail eggs on all different types of ramen. We go to our local Asian market all the time and get all sorts of interesting noodles, and he's here for it. So we have several types of Mandarin style noodles, and yeah, I just thought this was really fun. What a nice way to start out the year with 12 days of noodles. This box was $22, which is so expensive for 12 packs of noodles. Like, don't get me wrong, we could definitely get a better deal just buying literal packs of noodles from the Asian grocer. However, I just thought it was cool, and I got caught up in the moment, and they had lots of things like this. They had like 12 days of soup. They had like 12 days of tea. They had like all sorts of little things, like whatever the person you're buying for is into, they've got like 12 of them in a box for you, which I think is really a great idea. Moving on, I'm gonna show you some things I got for my husband's grandmother. If you follow me, then you might know that we are actually going on a trip to Italy with her next year. She's never been, although her father was born in Italy, and she's always wanted to go. It's like a lifelong bucket list sort of thing, so we're going next year. So I thought for her that World Market would be the perfect place to get her maybe some little Italian goodies. All right, first at $4.99, I got some really fancy looking pasta. This is imported from Italy. It's agili pasta. It's got this fun little like frill sort of situation, and I thought it was cool. I love getting edible gifts for people because I personally am a person that doesn't like a bunch of stuff. I just dread the week after Christmas when our house is like full of stuff. I'm not a stuff person. I mean, I'm kind of a stuff person, but you know, things that I really enjoy and love, like, okay, but I'm not like an extraneous stuff person. And I try to be respectful then when I'm giving gifts to other people. And I find that giving food gifts is like the best way because like people gotta eat, right? So I got her this tasty pasta. And with that, I tried to find a nice sauce that would complement it. This is the same brand that Regioni, and this is Napolitana. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I need to brush up on my Italian. I need some Duolingo before I go. Anyway, this was $6.99, so definitely pricey for a jar of sauce. However, this is a gift and it's a little bit fancy and I want a high quality sauce to go with our pasta. Next for $8.99, I picked her up some of this delicious biscotti. This is also a product of Italy, so tried to be authentic. And we have biscotti with almonds. So a very sort of classic biscotti moment. $9 is kind of expensive for biscotti. I know I can get it at Aldi for much cheaper. However, I want it to be nice and authentic and imported, and it just makes sense with the vibe that we're going for here. Next, for $3.99, I got one of these little Italian cakes. I'm gonna throw that in the bag for our Gigi. And normally I go with like the panettone because like I always associate that with like Italian Christmas. However, I had not seen this one before. It was by the same brand, Bellacco. Gosh, I hope I'm not just like with the Swedish words and the Italian words, like maybe we should not be making these international videos. Anyway, this is Il Pandoro, and it just looks like a plainer, softer cake. It is a product of Italy again. But yeah, I've never tried it before, but like, I don't know. I think she'll like it. I just honestly, I think they're so cute. I love the packaging on like any of the panettones, especially like the ones that are like wrapped up in the bags with like the little ties and they look all like old worldy and beautiful. I just love it. So that's why I picked it, really, because I thought it was cute. All right, next we're talking stocking stuffers, and World Market is a great place to find stocking stuffers for people that are hard to buy for because they really have some interesting things. And in my family, in like my parents' like side of the family, we all do stocking stuffers where we buy something small, like under $10 for each person in the family, and then we all pass them out and everybody opens them and it's like all sorts of fun. And I had most of them done already, although I needed to fill in a few gaps. So the rest, I'm pretty sure the rest of the stuff I've got here is gonna be stocking stuffers. So definitely if you are looking for something for someone in your life, then you might get a good idea here. First up on my list is my mother. I needed two things for her today, one from me and I think one from one of the boys for her stocking. And my mom, she's a classy lady. She's made some appearances on this channel, but she loves a drink cart. She loves a charcuterie moment. She is an entertaining goddess, if you will. So when I spotted these Bloody Mary olives, I was like, my mom's gonna love them. Also, she loves a Bloody Mary, so it made perfect sense. They were $7.99, so kind of pricey for an olive, but these are not everyday olives, okay? These are fancy olives. They've got little slivers of garlic in there. They're in some tomato juice. Like, I know that she is gonna get totally down on these in some sort of darling display where she makes a Bloody Mary that's got like, I don't know, a chicken wing or a strip of bacon in it, or, you know. She's extra. We love her for it, and this time of year, she deserves incredible olives. Next for my mama, I spent $4.99 on this little paella kit. It's a vegetable paella. And my mom, she loves her veggies. She also just loves all types of food from all over the world. My family, they're all very adventurous with spice and with different cuisines. So I know she would really like this. I like the idea that it's just a veggie paella because like she could throw some shrimp in it, she could throw some sausage in it, she could do kind of what she wanted with it, but I know she likes an easy meal too. So I thought this was cool. Next, moving on to my sister, I also needed 2 things for her, something from me and something from my husband. And the first thing I got her, a paella mix too. I thought they both would really enjoy the paella mix. My sister is an excellent cook, so I know she will definitely make this much fancier than it is in the bag. She'll add a bunch of fun stuff to it, but her and her husband also really enjoy all sorts of interesting flavors, so I know she'll really like this. And also for my sister, I picked up this mix to make cheddar and chive scones. She's always baking and I know she would just make them from scratch very easily. But she has 3 kids and they like to bake and cook all the time together. And I thought this would be maybe like a fun thing for her to do with her family. They had a bunch of different varieties of this scone mix. They had like a caramel one, they had like sweet and savory ones. So maybe if you're looking to put something together for someone who enjoys baking in your life, maybe like a cute apron and one of these mixes or like a cute platter or something, that would make a great gift. This was $5.99 for the package, which I do think is pretty pricey for a dry good, but it is something a little fancy and a little bit more out of the ordinary. And honestly, that looks delicious. All right, moving on to my nephew. He is 5 years old, so right kind of in the same age group as my children, so he's super easy to buy for. I needed to pick up 2 things for him. World Market does have some really interesting toys and things for kids. You're not gonna find a bunch of super cheap, wild, plasticky things. Some of the stuff is more expensive, but they did have a display of like stocking stuffer things for the littles that I thought he would really love. Firstly, for $6, I got this little slime kit for him. It's in a nice jar and it's got these little like plastic ball things so he can mix them in and swirl them all around. I'm telling you, the kids all love slime. It's an easy win for them. And I thought it would just be fun. And I like that it's in like a good container so that he can seal it up easily and his little sisters won't get into it and he hopefully won't make a huge mess, but maybe he will. That's not my problem. I'm just the aunt. I'm here to give the fun stuff and not worry about if he puts it in his hair, right? Next, for $5, I got him one of these like little old-fashioned toys. It's like the ball on a string, you know, where you gotta like try to catch the ball. I thought, you know, old-fashioned toys are fun, you know? I thought he probably doesn't have this, you know? Like, who has like the old school toys? I think it's probably gonna be kind of a big hit. I hope my boys don't fight over it when he gets this, because I know he'll think it's cool and he'll hopefully not get too frustrated if he can't get the ball in. Moving on to my brother-in-law, I only needed one more thing for my brother-in-law, and he's a guy who loves a bit of food, loves a cured meat moment. So when I found these salami whips, I was like, that has his name written all over it. These were $5.99, and these are authentic European style salami whips. And the flavor I chose is called Old Forest, but they're like really skinny bits of salami. And I thought, how fun. This looks like something that my brother-in-law would definitely enjoy. So I grabbed those for him. Their little meat and cheese selection is really good. They have good, like, tiny ones. So if you're, like, really trying to fill a stocking with, like, I don't know, they had, like, lobster pate and, like, all sorts of weird little canned jarred things and little pots of honey and little teeny salami logs and little crackers. So if you have someone like my brother-in-law who loves, like, a charcuterie cured meat moment, World Market has a lot of things to choose from. Okay, next I have Christmas ornaments that I bought for my boys. They had so many really cool Christmas ornaments. I've always loved the selection that World Market has. And I always give my boys each an ornament, and I don't put them in their stocking, but I do put them in their Christmas Eve box, which is the box that our elf, which my kids, they don't really care about the elf anymore. We're finally out of that phase. But nonetheless, Cupcake leaves a Christmas Eve box on Christmas Eve for the boys for things like for them to do that day. And they always get their ornaments in their Christmas Eve box so that they can hang them on the tree. This year, I picked out these cute little balloon animal ornaments. They were 2 for $6, so a really good deal. And I got the orange one for Fox because his favorite color is orange. And I got the blue unicorn for Desmond because like he'll just think that's super cool. So yeah, I picked up those for the boys for their Christmas Eve boxes. I know they'll be very excited. Moving on, the last few things here are for my husband's stocking. He's an easy guy to please, but most people would probably enjoy some of this stuff. The first thing I got, oh my gosh, he's gonna be so excited. I got Biscoff cookie spread. So Biscoffs are like one of Gianni's favorites. They always remind him of when he was a kid. His grandmother actually worked for an airline and he used to fly like all the time and he would eat the Biscoff cookies and it always makes him think of his grandma and all that kind of stuff. So he's a Biscoff fan. So when I saw they had the cookie butter, I was like, oh my gosh, Gianna's gonna love that. And it's the perfect thing to put in his stocking. I mean, you've noticed, we're all about food in this family. It was $5.99, so definitely not your average Nutella price, but still, I think it's worth it because he's gonna be really excited. Another thing I got for his stocking, I thought this looked funny and weird. It's called Redneck Cafe Bacon Hot Chocolate. I'm guessing that it's like a smoky chocolate flavor, but I don't know. He'll think it's really funny and he'll definitely want to eat this. It was $1.99, so you know, a good deal for like a stocking stuffer. And the last thing I got for Gianni was some espresso. We are obsessed with our coffee and our espresso machine in this house. And I spent $6.99 on this, but it is imported. It's all in Italian on the back. And I just thought like, it's not a brand I'd ever heard of, but I just thought like, let's give, you know, this one a try. Normally we're a Cafe Bustelo family all the way, but you know, I thought it would be fun. So I grabbed this to put in his stocking to give it a try. So in the end, this was quite a big shopping trip. Also, they really space out the things on their receipts. Like this receipt is like as big as my arm, it's huge. And I also wanted to point out that guys, they're running a promotion right now where they hide a little card with a golden gnome on it in the store. And if you find it, you get a gift card. And I found the gnome today. I found it. And I got a $20 gift card. So that was good. Also, I had a 15% off your total purchase coupon. I spent $145 on all this stuff. Now, I definitely could have sourced, you know, coffee, olives, salami at like probably Aldi for much, much cheaper. However, it is Christmas time and I don't mind splurging a little bit to get something a little bit fancy and a little bit extra for all the people in my life that I love. So there you go. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of this. Do any of these things look really good to you? Are you gonna try some ginger snaps? I mean, if you take anything away from this video, it is to try the ginger snaps. I also will actually leave a link to the ginger snaps because I feel so bad about not being able to pronounce what they're called, even a little bit. So I will leave a link to that down below. And of course, make sure you come back and watch all the rest of my holiday content that is coming up. I will be doing a video where I talk about what I'm getting my boys, like completely all the stuff. I think it'll be after this video, so stay tuned for that. And of course, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!